Hey there, Jester here with little Mac, who is going to have to be set on the floor because I can't work with him. All right, so today we've just got a couple of different things going. I've been working on this frame for a little while. I still need to put a final coat of varnish on that. And then I've got these little wooden squares that I'm going to use for something. Because a lot of the time with crafting, it's not just, oh, I'll sit down for 20 minutes and make a complete thing. A lot of the time it's, oh, I'll work for 10 minutes to put a coat of paint on something, and then you have to wait for that to dry, and sometimes you have to wait a month for it to get dry enough to varnish. So I've got all sorts of brushes, and completely forgot to fill up my water. Back in a second. It's always something. Always something. But now I've got my water that I can put my brushes in, clean those. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by putting my final coat of varnish on my frame. So my varnish, I'll just put a little of that into my paint tray. Yeah, it's already got a coat, but I want to make sure that it is fully coated. Maybe one of these days I'll actually get to finish this project that I've had in the works for a while. All the visible parts. Okay. Side there. Side here, and I'm going to set it down on a couple of popsicle sticks just to raise it up a little. So that it doesn't stick to my newspaper underneath. I'm going to immediately put that in my water so it doesn't dry on my brush. All right. Next up, what I have is these squares that I've painted. And what I want to do is a sort of, physical mood board. How do I want this to go? I think I want my black down like that. Red. But then the question is, how am I going to get these to stay in place? Well, I've got some popsicle sticks that aren't completely painted because they don't need to be. And I'm going to put those on the back. But I'm going to have to put this on a flatter part of my paper since I want this to be all nice and flat. And I want it to be in this order when it's over, so I'm going to have to put yellow there. Oh, and these were letter. These are just from a bag of letter tiles, and I'm just using the backs of them as a painting surface. So then I want the black, and I want the red. So yellow, black, white. Actually, I want that one down there because it's a little dirty. That one there, red, black. So this one should be red, yeah. And how I'm going to lay those out is I've got more popsicle sticks. And I'm going to put those in the middle. And a couple more. This one on the bottom isn't flat. I'm going to get a flat one. Okay, so this should evenly space my squares out. Okay. And now I'm going to glue these on, black side down. Okay, come on, glue. Okay. So I want those to be in the middle. As central as I can get. Okay, now I have the slight problem of I've got the horizontals, but I don't have the verticals. I'm going to have to chop these down a little. So I'm going to get a pencil and just kind of mark that off. And I have these scissors, which cut through basically anything. And I will snip off some short ones that are going flying. Just notice that one's gone. So I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So let's chop up another one. Then I've got an extra because I wasn't sure exactly how many I'd need. Yeah, because this one's split. So I will cut off from these other ones. Okay, this should be 6. So now I'll just blot my glue down there. That should make a full grid. These ones are going to be a little trickier because I want to make sure that they're straight up and down. Well, I guess it doesn't need to be absolutely perfect. It just needs to be good enough. Okay. There. It looks messy on the back, but that's okay, because what people are going to see is the front. And that leaves me with two things that are drying now. So I'm going to move on to something else that I've been working on. Is these little masks. I bought these at a bead store that also does some costuming for the Caribbean Carnival. And they had these little masks, and I have already gessoed and put a couple of coats of white paint on them. And now I'm going to turn them into, I'm going to decorate them. So start by just kind of giving them all eyes. And where's my little brush? I'm going to take off my glasses for this because this is going to be close work. So they got these little faces, and I want to paint their little eyes in. I think for this one I'm going to make him black. So that's black for melancholy, so I shall make him sad. I am going to be going over some of these parts later with something else, so it doesn't need to be super great right now. Let's give you I do want to give them, clown paint. Just make them a little more interesting. And this one should definitely be crying, so. Shaky hands today. Usually my hands are better than this. But write him off. For these others, I'm just going to do their eyes in black, and then I'll do their other paint in other colors. So I think this one will make happy. So I'm going to curve his eyes up like this. Stick him back on later. And this one, I think I'll make neutral, so I'll just fill in their eyes as best I can. Without trying to design it at all. Okay. And the last one needs to be angry. Right now he looks just kind of sleepy, but I'll put angry eyebrows on him later. Okay, so that's everybody's eyes. Okay, I'm going to start with the... Actually, I have an idea for the angry one, so I'm going to start with him. Get my yellow, because that is the color of color. Clean my little brush. Alright, so of course he's going to need a little bit of yellow lipstick. And we need to give him angry eyebrows, so arched up. Pull them down his nose too, just to make him a little more exciting. There we go. Pull this down chevron shape. Pull this down a little further. There we go. There's my angry one. I guess he doesn't look super angry, but the faces they start with are pretty neutral. Okay, and alright, let's get the happy one back on. His little blob of fun tack there. There we go. So this is a happy one, so of course he needs to be red to be sanguine. So we're going to give him his red lipstick. And this one needs happy eyebrows. So they will arch up. And then we're going to just exaggerate that. And this one can have some rosy cheeks too. Okay. He just really does not want to stick on his little thing. Oh well. He can sit there and dry. Now I think what I'm going to do, instead of going straight to my neutral mask, there he is, I'm going to show you what the other thing I plan on doing with these. So this one he's already fairly dry. So I'm going to push these other ones aside. Now I'm going to get my paint tray, and I'm going to put some glue in that. Set that over there and get out my sparkles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint over the black areas, and then I'm going with the glue, and then I'm going to turn that all sparkly. And hope it works. Okay. I put down the paint first, one, so I can see where I'm putting my glue. And also, oops, there's a little string attached there. Come on, don't need a fluff on here. And also, in case the sparkles don't cover perfectly, it won't be so obvious because there's the paint underneath. And the tears. And his sad mouth. All right. We're just going to liberally dump sparkles on this. And then I will scoop them up later. There, I'll dust him off in a little bit. Get these extra sparkles off of him, but you can see, you know, the intended effect. So let me just scoop those up later. But for now, what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to finish off my last little face and then tidy up. So even if I didn't finish anything, I have moved forward with a couple of different projects. Until next time, stay crafty.